Hello everyone, my name is Akash Gowde, Assistant Professor at Rajmata Jijao Shikshan Prasarak Mandas, Institutes of Computer and Management Research at MBA Department. Today, I am going to discuss the subject Logistics Management, having subject code 305 OSCM. In that chapter, I am going to discuss the principles of logistics. The chapter number 1, the principles of logistics. Logistics is characterized by thinking in processes, value chains, and networks. It includes parameters such as performance, quality, values, and cost. At the end of this chapter, the reader will have gained an understanding of the basic components and organization variables of the logistics system. Apart from the technical and economic aspect, which increasingly have an impact on the efficiency of the logistics system, it is important to discuss the fundamentals and functions of a company's internal and external logistics structures and how the relationship with their agents is managed. In this way, the viewer will obtain information and competencies that goes beyond the scope of the basic logistic knowledge. Now see the points to be discussed in this chapter. Definitions and significance of logistics, logistical systems of service elements of logistics, distinction between procurement logistics, production logistics, and distribution logistics, service level, logistics and corporate strategy, supply chains and networks. Keywords of the chapters. The first one, logistic and corporate strategy. The second one, basic structures of the logistic system. Third one, logistical chains, networks and processes. Fourth one, demand and supply chain. Fifth one, agents and elements of logistics. Sixth one, organization of logistics. And last one, relationship management in supply chain. What is the logistic and what are the purpose of logistic system? The purpose of logistics is to plan, organize, coordinate and implement the bridging of the dimensions of time and space within a system. Logistics is thus one of the most important functions of the economy. This ranges from the procurement of raw materials to their processing and to the delivery of the goods to the end user. There are some elements of logistical task. We can say it as a logistical element. They are right product, right quantity, right quality, right place, right time, right cost, and right customer. Right product means supplying the material or product to destination customer which has ordered by customer. Right quantity means supplying a right quantity of material and do not more than that. It is like just in time. Right quality. It means supplying right quality of material to customer. Right place means supplying product at right place to customer. Right time means supplying product of customer at right time. Right cost means manage the available resources such as cost of service and product are efficient. Right customer means supply a product and services to right customer. That means the product is ordered by the particular customer. Significance of logistics. First one, to reducing the cost of flow by effective arrangement of flow of production. Second, to optimize the network configuration by shorter logistic chain and simplification of network structure. Third one, to increase an object value by increasing availability and increasing the speed of action. Fourth one, to enhance the system adaptability and sustainability by using Lean Six Sigma strategy. Fifth one, to improve the system controlling by managing demand supply and smoothing of flows or using JIT techniques. JIT means just in time techniques. Logistical systems of service elements of logistics. There are three elements of service logistics. The first one information services, the second one logistical core services, and third one additional services. Now we are going to be discussed in detail one by one. Let's. First one is information services. In that, the first one is logistical information services. Logistical information services produce and utilize data about the goods being transported within the logistics system. This data includes information about the forwarder, the recipient, the types of goods, order number, quantity, weight, volume, etc. The logistical information is the key to planning, monitoring, and supervising in the provision of the actual logistics service. A data-driven logistical activity closely connected to the core service of storage is the inventory management. The volume of inventory normally has a direct but often underestimated influence on the financial situation of the company, resulting from the cost of capital commitment incurred by the volume of inventory. The second one is additional services. Additional services of logistics include, for instance, picking, palleting of goods for economical shipping, that is, easier loading and transport, additional packaging for protection, identification and easier handling of goods and commodities, repackaging of goods from bulk packaging into small packages, etc. The core services of logistics. The core services of logistics, such as order processing, storage, and transport, are directly supported by the logistical information services and additional service necessary for the logistic processes. In practice, the element of transshipment is rarely dealt with separately since it is usually closely connected to storage and transport. The core element of order processing is somewhat virtual in nature but constitutes an indispensable element for the initiation and monitoring of logistic processes. It is the order processing which gives logistic its dynamic character. Order processing comprises the processing and monitoring of the order data from the time of order until the arrival of the goods at the customer site and of the return of the shipment's documents. In many cases, this includes the initiation of invoicing processes, example, by simultaneously delivering the invoice together with the goods. The core element of storage denotes the warehousing of goods, which have mostly been produced for an anonymous market to offset the quantitative and chronological divergence of production and sales. It has to be noted at this point that the function of picking and packing, which are closely connected to the core element of storage, fell into the category of additional services. Picking means the compilation of sellable article according to individual customer order to form package and shipment units. Finally, the core function of transport bridges the spatial distance from the site of production to the storage location to the delivery location at the customer site. Third, it offsets the spatial divergence of supply and demand. Again, it has to pointed out that both storage and transport include the function of transshipment. Now, last one is additional services. It includes logistical additional services and supplementary additional services. Supplementary information services and additional services can usually be incorporated into the logistical core process without expanding further organizational effort. In this way, the substantial additional value can occasionally be created for the contractor of the logistical service. Additional information services may be, for example, refer to additional information about the goods such as prices, quantity, discount, and cash discounts. They may be also refer to obvious facts regarding the customer's commercial situation or for instance, regarding the number of residents, size of the backyard, or location of the private property. Information of this kind can later be analyzed for marketing purposes. Additional services also comprises promotional or advertising packaging of goods. Additional services can be rendered at any given location, that is, not only at the forwarder site but also, as it is often the case in this automobile sector, directly at the contractor site or at a third party site in transit of goods between origin and destination. Now, let's see the difference between the procurement logistics, production logistics, and distribution logistics. As it is the case in many areas of operational organization, the distinction between the tasks and their definitions, as well as the assignment of functions such as order processing, warehousing, and transport to certain forms of organization such as inventory management, procurement logistics, production logistics, distribution logistics, or logistics is very difficult and only possible in highly general terms. In operational practice, the individual functions are diversely assigned with the organizational structures of the company. Let's see the procurement logistics. Procurement logistics is concerned with the organizational and the physical processes involved in the transport and supply of the input factors for the corporate process. This applies both to industrial companies and trading companies. The procurement process aims to ensure the economic supply of the material or commodities which are to be processed. In practice, the purchase with its market-oriented and contracting task is either subsumed under the term procurement or is given its own business functions. Manufacturing companies often refer to this phase in the flow of goods as a material management. Then the logistic. Procurement logistic as its core procurement logistic is the sourcing of material needed. We can also say that procurement logistic it means core procurement logistic is the sourcing of material needed to manufacture products. In other words, this part of the supply chain focuses on purchasing raw material, replacement part, supplies, operating supplies, and other items needed for the manufacturing process to work. Then the second one is production logistics. Production logistics. Production logistics is mainly associated with manufacturing companies. It deals with all tasks to be related to planning and controlling of those internal processes that relate to the material flow, storage, and internal transport. In addition to that, production logistics plays an important part in planning and integrating both the preceding procurement logistical process and subsequent distribution logistic process. If there is a high degree of integration as a result of a flow or network-oriented understanding of logistics, production logistics may be integrated into the logistics network as an immediate link. Thus, IT systems are able to receive direct input from inventory control system for the planning and controlling of production programs. Production logistics is less characterized by major physical flows of goods over long distances rather than by intelligent planning of the processes and provision of goods within a smaller context. This is why it can also be understood as a special field of production. Then the third one is distribution logistics. It's primarily concerned with the coordination of all processes that serve to deliver the goods to the recipient or to the point of sale for consumption by the end user. Distribution logistics describe the interaction of transport and storage processes within logistics system for the distribution of a company's goods. Since the distribution process includes all elements of the logistical performance spectrum in a variety of ways. Now we will see the one by one the service level, logistics and corporate strategy, supply chains and networks. Now see the logistics and corporate strategy. Components of logistics strategy. There are few levels of logistic operation, but you must examine all the components of the operation to check if you can achieve any potential cost benefits. The first one is transportation. Check if your current transportation strategies help the service level or not. The second one, outsourcing. Ask which outsourcing parties are used in the logistic function. You must question if further outsourcing with a third party logistic company will improve the service level or not. If yes, then how? The third one, logistics system. Do your current logistics system offer the level of data that is required for the successful implementation of a logistics strategy? Do you need any new system? Fourth one, competitors. Take a look at what your competitors are offering. Check if you can make any changes to your company's customer service that can significantly improve service level. And last one, strategic review. Examine if all your logistics and organizational objectives align with each other or not. Logistics is both a competitive tool and a mean of rationalization. Thus, logistical service may generate separate opportunities to develop strategic competitive advantage. On the other hand, the efficient organization of the logistics system allow for the development of a rationalization potential, which in turn may give a company a sustainable competitive advantage. The two basic approaches of competitive strategies are cost leadership and differentiation. More here. Another strategy called focus scope is frequently employed. The focus scope strategy is the strategy dependent on a company's strategic orientation and the scope of targeted market. Their basic strategy differ from one another according to what kind of competitive advantage is desired and according to the scope of the targeted competition field. The strategic of cost leadership and differentiation target the entire market of a particular business area. The focus scope strategy, however, is aimed at individual segment. Corporate level strategy. It is the top of the planning pyramid. It is the main purpose of your business. Think of corporate level strategy as the destination towards which your business is moving. That destination affects all the strategies and decisions in every other part of your business. So, for example, if your business has reached market saturation and you need to diversify to survive, your corporate level strategy would be spread to new markets. That becomes the guiding force for everything your business does from now on. There are three levels of corporate level strategy. The first one is your growth, the second stability, and third one is your retrenchment. There are four basic growth strategies you can employ to expand your business. The first one is your market penetration, second product development, third market expansion, and fourth one is your diversification. Stability strategy is a strategy in which the organization retains its present strategy at the corporate level and continue focusing on its present products and market. Then the third one is your retrenchment. It is a strategy used by corporations to reduce the diversity or the overall size of the core operations of the company. This strategy is often used in order to cut expenses with the goal of becoming a more financially stable business. A service level. A service level is not an arbitrary variable. It should be defined as a part of a logistical service offered for a specific group of goods and clients. The service level and the features of the delivery service are not solely determined by customer requirements. Factors such as service level of competitors, capabilities of the companies, including earning power of the object, and the extent of the values to be added by logistics should also be taken into consideration. A further destination has to be drawn between regular service and emergency service. In many cases, however, the service level is determined by the goods themselves. A prime example of this is food logistics, where commodities need to be moved quickly within the logistics network so that they reach the final fresh. What is supply chain management? It is the flow of goods and services involve the movement and storage of raw materials, of work in process inventory, and of finishing goods, as well as the end order fulfillment from point of origin to point of consumption. Supply chains and networks. Supply chain networks allow us to look at the big picture, giving us a better understanding of the flow of materials and information. Often, organizations focuses only on their organization, what they produce or provide, and not what the end customer receives. Supply chain and supply chain networks both describe the flow of movement of material and information by linking organizations together to serve the end user. A supply chain is a series of processes linked together to form a chain. The modern understanding of logistics, which is based on the third level of logistical development. Okay, we will see in the next chapter, calls for process-oriented management of all logistical elements in the business cycle, as opposed to the individual examination of these elements. A highly complex feature of the logistics processes such emergence, which involves extensive division of labor, in the contrast to the management of rather straightforward processes. This complexity required much more monitoring and managerial effort. The term supply chain management and demand chain management conceptualize this managerial task. Here, the work supply or demand only describes where the logistics process is initiated.